What's up, guys? So I've talked about um, how black belts are not very useful in talking about martial arts proficiency, particularly in the case of American martial arts. And I've even said that the martial arts business model in the U.S. kind of leads to the gentrification of martial arts, which ruins them because they get watered down to the point that they're no longer useful. And it has happened before to karate and taekwondo. Karate and taekwondo used to be modestly effective martial arts and still are when applied correctly in training, but is usually not done so. And we see it happening now with Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And I don't even want to get started with Muay Thai, like how anything that's kickboxing is called Muay Thai, and it's not. Or a person who has a legitimate fighting kickboxing background may have done like a few, you know, a few lessons in Muay Thai, and then call their whole kickboxing curriculum Muay Thai. That's BS. But that's a separate issue. What I want to get on, particularly today, is black belts. American black belts are useless. Simple. Um, and yes, I'll be more nuanced, but they're useless. So I know that a lot of martial artists out there will disagree with me, and a lot of martial arts YouTubers disagree with me. People like Sensei Seth. I love Sensei Seth and his channel. He's a karate instructor, so I think he might have some reason to not be as how should I put it, mean towards giving undeserving kids black belts as I do. But c'est la vie. Anytime you can have someone who's like 13 or 14 years old with a second degree black belt, not a first degree black belt, guys, a second degree black belt. I That's a clear indication that you're running a McDojo. And what happens is the American business model for martial arts kind of fosters the McDojo system, because what it does is it has you stretch out the training for these martial arts over a long enough lifespan that martial arts instructors can make a living teaching it, which I don't begrudge them for that, because that's one of the reasons why I decided I didn't want to be a martial arts instructor as a career. When as a teenager, when I was 17, I looked up the Occupational Outlook Handbook for karate instructors and saw how abysmal their life is, working, I think it was like 80, 90 hours per week for about, and this is in the late 90s, so, just for inflation, but like for like what, 40 or 50,000 a year. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not doing that. Um, and really, the only successful ones, according to the Occupational Outlook Handbook, were the ones that were turned into franchises. And to do that, McDojo, okay? So I just don't respect seeing a, a martial arts school where I walk in and there's little kids with black belts. And before people even go there, yes, I know overseas, like if you go to Japan and Korea, little kids do have black belts. The difference is those black belts aren't supposed to be a sign of expertise over there as it is here. Here is supposed to be an indication of some martial arts expertise. So if it's an indication of martial arts expertise, it shouldn't be given to kids. Like, who the hell is a 7-year-old going to beat up outside of people his own age range that would qualify him for being a black belt? Now, if you want to have a two-tiered system, as some places do, where they have a belt system for the children and a belt system for the adults, I'm cool with that, because that means that you're rewarding the kids for their work. But as an adult, those belts no longer count. Sort of like the difference between Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. Like, the badges you earned as a Cub Scout don't translate to what you do as a Boy Scout. Now, if you're going to do a two-tier system like that, that's fine. Otherwise, I find it completely cringe that you have a school full of kids with black belts and it translates over as an adult where they become a second and third degree black belts and they haven't even hit 30 yet. Like in some traditional systems, the degrees were marked by age. Like there was an age cutoff for reaching those different degrees. But when you have second degree, third degree, whatever, with people who are still like children and young adults, it just cheapens the whole thing. And like I said, yeah, I know it's kind of subjective who gets a black belt, expertise, and this and that. But let's keep the expertise in it. If we're gonna keep the expectation that black belts show a beginning level of expertise, not mastery, but a beginning level of expertise, sort of like finishing high school or maybe even like junior college, something like that, then let's not give it to people who just learned how to potty train themselves. Okay, I'm sorry, it just looks stupid as hell. Like if you want to know um, a good martial arts place to train, a good a red flag that that place is not a good place to train is that you see a bunch of kids walking around with black belts. That's a clear sign that you shouldn't train there. You should run away from that place. And yes, that's going to be a lot of traditional karate and taekwondo schools, but again, a lot of them are gentrified anyway. Like, let's be serious. Like, it shouldn't take more than 3 months to be able to fight. It should take you about 3 months, at most 6 months, to be proficient enough in any combat sport or martial art, pugilism in general, to be able to fight or defend yourself. But that's stretched out in the American martial arts model for like 5 or so years, because you're typically getting a kid when they enter as they begin their school years, and you usually lose them by the time they're like 13, maybe 16 or 17 if you're lucky, but you usually lose them about around the years around they get 13 or so. So you have that stretch of time in which to have them progress with their belts, and then they earn a black belt, which is usually around the time that they leave. So you want to stretch it out as much as you can so that you can earn a living in doing so. And like I said, it's happening to Muay Thai now, because now they have places where, and since they don't have belts, at least I hope they don't have belts, there's probably a few whack ass Muay Thai places that use belts. Run away from that place. That is not Muay Thai, not authentic Muay Thai. But some of them will use like maybe t-shirts, like this MMA place that I visited. Well, actually I trained there for like a week and then decided it wasn't my cup of tea. Not that they weren't good, but they advertised Muay Thai and that wasn't what they were giving. It was kickboxing. And they gave these colored belts to mark your progress. Then there's the other places that might use like the PageEnterprisesLLC, and I'm probably mispronouncing that, guys, but it's basically the traditional Muay Thai armbands that you see them wearing like right around here. It used to be a way of giving luck to the fighters to knock Muay, but now they're using colored PageEnterprises to mark your progress, which no, that's not how you mark progress in Muay Thai. You mark progress by actually fighting. That's how you mark progress in Muay Thai. But again, watered down American martial arts. And that's why I made that YouTube short a few weeks ago saying the American martial arts system ruins good martial arts. Because there was a point in time, like back in the 70s, where if someone was proficient in karate, they can kick your ass. Not anymore. Now it's almost, you're a laughing stock if you're an adult that practices karate. which is a shame because traditional karate has a lot to offer when it is trained correctly. Um, Case in point is Kyokushin karate, which is sometimes trained in MMA gyms because it still has that, it's still built towards fighting. But you don't see that too much anymore in most karate systems. So that's all I'm going to say. I think black belts, at least American black belts, are useless. If you are going to keep black belts in your training, make them for proficiency and not just for people attending, because a lot of these martial arts schools are just glorified after school daycare for kids. And it seems like they're just getting belts for attendance. um, but if you want the black belt to still mean something and not just be a joke anymore, make them work for it. And I'm sorry, I don't care how long a kid's been going to class, they shouldn't have a black belt. Or, as I suggested earlier, do a two-tiered belt system, one for the children and one for the adults, so that the system that allows the kids to earn black belts does not carry over to the adult students, because that's I'm sorry, that's just demoralizing to think that some grown man should, as a white belt, should would not be able to defend themselves against a 8-year old black belt. Like, no, that's just fucking dumb. So yeah, black belts are useless, and that's the end of my rant, guys. But I'm just a contrarian.